Hello, how y'all doing today? My name is Elliot Grimes. I'm here at Lumberton, North Carolina, and my opus number is 0680868. I'm here because a jury found me guilty on a robbery that took place September the 8th, 2018 in Bertie County. This where it get real tricky at. I've been telling that I'm innocent or whatnot, but the justice court system railroaded me. And the police department at the time that was investigating the case railroaded me too as well. All the evidence and stuff that they supposed to have collected, they never did in my defense. DNA, fingerprints, hair samples, footprint, DNA samples, dusting, they did none of this in my defense. And both lead detectives that testified on the witness stand during my trial, the lawyer that I had at the time, which was Johnny L. Finch, Jr., from out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, he was my court-appointed lawyer at the time. And he wasn't with me. He was with them all the time, all through my trial. But both lead detectives at the time, Matt Robo and his partner, Ronald Rasco, both of them testified on trial, during my trial on the witness stand. The lawyer that I had at the time asked them questions about me. And what did the victim, Timothy Bazemore, at the time, the man, the witness, the victim had got robbed that night at his house. Both lead detectives said that the victim couldn't identify me as the person that was in his house that night, never seen me before. But they went by this white girl named Brittany Van Horn, one of supposed to be my co-defendants at the time. She implicated that I was with them during the night of the robbery, and she implicated to the detectives that I was the driver of my car that night as well. But my stepson at the time, which is Jockey Roscoe, the one admitted to robbing the man, and he even wrote a statement trying to clear my innocence by telling them that he asked me, can they use my car to go to the store? What step-pops or what father would say no to their child when you already let them use the car multiple times to go to the store and go pick their kids up? So I wasn't aware of what he really was going to do at the time, but he wrote a statement trying to clear my innocence. But that wasn't good for the DA at the time, and the DA that was prosecuting me at the time, her name was Lisa Coltrane. And the judge at that time was Judge Coltrane. And his testimony wasn't good enough to get on the witness stand and testify in my defense to prove my innocence. But the prosecutor allowed Brittany Van Horn to use perjury testimonies, letting her pretty much tell the jury that I was with her the night of the robbery. But 5 of the jurors, when the DA asked them, did they know the victim? 5 of the jurors said that they knew the victim. And the grand jury foreman said I live across the street from them, and I used to do computer work at their place of business because the Bazemore families have a ambulant place of business in Bertie County, and the grand jury foreman said that he used to work there doing computer work. Right there by itself, there was a conflict of interest. And the other 4 jurors admitted that they used to rent from Mr. Bazemore because he rent out mobile homes and homes to people. And that's a conflict of interest. But the lawyer that I had at the time did not object to none of that. They were supposed to got me a whole new jury selection, but they didn't. And the judge allowed the prosecutor to proceed with the conflict of interest jurors. And the prosecutor at the time, she was withholding evidence. She had all of Mr. Tim Bazemore camera footages. And she did not show that to the jury at all neither. Because Mr. Tim Bazemore, in his statement, in his motions, he specifically said The same people who came to my house earlier that are on my cameras, they are the same ones who came back and robbed me at gunpoint. He described.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
He described them. Jacques had on an orange shirt, and the other male had on a white shirt. And he described Brittany, which is a white girl. I don't fit neither one of those descriptions. I was never at his house earlier. I was never on his camera systems. And later on that night, I did not know that my stepson was going to rob this man. He used my car. But the victim that got robbed, Mr. Tim Bazemore, told the detectives he never seen me before. And when the DA asked him in court, when she pointed to me, was I in his house the night of the robbery, he told the DA that he don't remember seeing me the night of the robbery. He said he never seen me before. He said the other victim was a bigger guy. And Mr. Tim Bazemore, in his statements, he only identified 3 people. That's in his statement when he gave to the detectives. He never said it was 4, 5, or 6 people. He said it was 3 people. And you can identify them approaching his property on his camera footage because the lawyer that I had at the time admitted to that, telling me that he seen the camera footages as well. You do not identify me at the scene of the robbery that night because I was never there. So it goes on and goes on. It's wrong how the system can convict an innocent man off of he say, she say. And 9/10 of the law, you have to have physical solid concrete to prove by reasonable doubt that I was there when I wasn't there. And the prosecutor let Brittany Van Horn gave perjury testimonies to the state, to the juries, by implicating that I was with them the night of the robbery, where there's no sign of evidence that can place me at the scene of the robbery. And once again, the prosecutor was withholding evidence of the victim, Timothy Bazemore camera footages, from the jury, from me. She didn't want to expose that to the jury. Because if the jury would have seen that camera footages, they would have been more concerned about Brittany Van Horn's statement that she gave. You couldn't identify me because I was never there. And Bazemore's statement stated that he never seen me before. And the both 2 lead detectives at the time that was investigating the robbery, they even said in their statements that Mr. Tim Bazemore couldn't identify me that night. They said they took photos, pictures of me out there to the victim's house to see can he identify me. And both lead detectives said that the victim could never identify me, never seen me before. Why am I in prison? Why am I locked up? But you can put a heroin addict, a crack addict, and a confident informer and a liar on the witness stand, and she wasn't even in the right state of mind when she was giving out the statement. She pretty much lied on me, and she took a plea deal to testify against me, and the prosecutor pretty much allowed this woman here to give perjury testimonies to the jury, to the state, to find me guilty on these charges that I never even done. One thing I know for certain, you can't be at 2 places at one time. I was never there. Even the victim himself, he was kind of old, but Mr. Tim Bazemore was in the right state of mind to remember from earlier who was at his house and who was there that night. Because in his statements, he admitted saying that he heard a little white girl. He heard a female voice on the outside of his house yelling out for help. He said when he opened his door, this is in his statements. These are in the transcripts, in his statements. And when he said when he opened up his door, a little white girl was at his door asking for some type of help, that she was being attacked. And he said that moments later, 2 black males stormed in. He didn't say 3 or 4, 5 black. He didn't say anything about 3 or 4 males storming in his house. He said 2 black males stormed in his house. One had a handgun. And Bazemore said it was 3 people in this house the night of the robbery. He even admitted that the white girl, Brittany Van Horn, even picked this gun up and put it to his head at gunpoint. But Brittany Van Horn lied during the trial, saying that it wasn't her. But I knew it wasn't me. I was never there. But she lied on me to get her time cut in half. And it's so sad and it's so wrong how the judge allowed this to go down this way. And he had the final say. And he allowed the prosecutor to proceed with all this perjury testimonies that was coming from Brittany Van Horn. They had my stepson, Jacques Rascal, there at the time to testify in my defense, but the DA didn't want him to get on the witness stand to testify in my defense. And the lawyer that I had at the time, he wasn't a good lawyer in my defense as well. He was with the state. And then I got to fight for my freedom to get back to my family and loved ones. And I had filed my own MAR. I had sent it back to the lowest court in Bertie County. Only response that I'm getting is...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
The only response that I'm getting that they're pushing my paperwork off to the new DA that's in the district. They always keep brushing me off. And I can't get no type of help. And I sent another MAR to the Court of Appeals. And they pretty much doing the same thing to me as well. And I was wrongfully convicted of this robbery, but I never had anything.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
So that's why I'm seeking the help and hoping I get the help that I need to get back in court to get this overturned in my defense. So I want